The Festival of the Wheel coming to town and only a matter of a week or so away, but you're going to start seeing some pretty fancy plash-looking wheels already emerging in around the township of Alice Springs, and then not so pretty flash or fancy-looking characters like, well, Owen Webb, for example. How was that for a segue? You like that? You like that?
I love it.
After 12 years, mate, we should be able to be at least on one-on-ones, and anything I'd say on the radio, I'd say to your face, or rather ear.
Exactly. No, and feel exactly the same, mate. Hey, Who would have thought? 12 years, how good?
I know, mate. Who would have thought? It's one of those things. We only came up with it as a bit of a, pissy afternoon at Bojangles talking to the then Chief Minister. He wasn't even Chief Minister at the time. Adam Giles was actually the Transport Minister of the day when the CLP first got into power. It was about 2013 or 14 or something like that. Yeah. In the context of the conversation, how it all started was I just wanted to ask him about maybe would you consider opening up speed limits again. So he gave me a thick ear. And then said, listen, I've only just taken up the position in the portfolio of the Transport Minister. You want me to get me sacked all the way before I've even had a chance to move? He goes, pitch me something else. And I said, we've got a show and shine. Can we elaborate further on our local show and shine? He said, all right, I'm listening. And from there it all began. The story is, as they say now, history, but always one for the annals. Yeah, and Bojangles back then, it was the setting scene for what became the nucleus of a great thought, that the kernel of an idea that turned into what we have today. And, Bojangles is still actually an integral part of our CentreNATS events.
Very much so this year, because I think we've got a bigger ride through this year, like the Fisher ride, a bigger ride this year than
ever. Yeah, the
Fisher's
Run thing, yeah.
Yeah, Thursday night, and then we'll have all the bikes lined up in the street out front of the pub after that.
Yeah, and something, there is actually going to be a section for bikes this year, as we've always sort of tried to ingratiate not just the four wheels but the two wheels, because there's some absolutely gorgeous steeds out there that need to be shown off and shared with community.
Yeah, absolutely, and Jetcore, Garth from Jetcore obviously helps us a lot along with that, and he's been awesome over the last few years, and it's really interesting when you come to these towns, like I know you know, but people listening may not. I've been doing CentreNATS for 39 years and a lot, Rocky Nats and a lot of those other events. And it's interesting when you come to a town, people, that there's all these cars and bikes in these sheds, but a lot of people, they don't want to get them out. So we've just trying to be really encouraging all those people this year.
Look, and by the way, I really haven't given you the justly introduction that you deserve. You are, of course, the head judge for Red CentreNATS. Now, does this also put you in the category of judging motorcycles?
Yes, exactly. I've been doing plenty of that for quite a while, and again, like I say, over the years, and I just love all vehicles, so and even the four-wheel drive, so we can get across a whole lot of the vehicles. Let's
talk about Lassiter's precinct right now, and basically, Owen, is that Lassiter's really is the hub of entertainment this year with the Elite Shed there, which you'll be floating around. Now, there's a 4x4 show and shine area, is that right, this year?
Yep, that's correct. So out the front, like the setup for the Elite Shed, inside, which is the convention room, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All carpeted floors, obviously.
Great.
We'll fill that on Friday morning, and then that'll be open to the public Friday afternoon about 5 o'clock. And then all out the front, there'll be a four-wheel drive section.
Yep.
And also car show and shine. It'll be Friday night, and people are welcome to leave their vehicles there overnight, and then, of course, all day Saturday, because that's where we'll be doing the form-up for the street cruise, which is another change this year.
There are some changes, ones that I'm looking at I've never heard from before, which is the Drag Car Cackle Fest. Do you care to elaborate?
Well, what do you do? What's a drag car do when they fire up? They cackle. So that's just, there's quite a few heavy hitters, and so that's just a big fire up. And it's something I've observed over the years, and so many, as soon as you start a car, like a decent drag car, door slammer or something, people will run. They'll run from 100 metres away just to actually have a look and have a listen to that. So that's always really exciting too.
It's something EVs just don't have the same resonance over, does it?
What's an EV? What's an EV?
It's for everyone. It's for everyone. EV for everyone. A rusted gem display. Now, let's talk a little bit about that, because this is ingratiating some of the folk from country.
It is. I've this has been an ongoing program for quite a few years. And interesting enough, Andy Lopez, the owner, and we looked at this probably 10 years ago, and we saw at the footy carnivals all these guys, all the fellas just do their cars up with insulation tape and whatever they had in the footy colours. We thought, how cool is that? So that's where that evolved from, and now I go out to places like Harts Range, Yuendamu, and some of those other places and get the young fellas working on cars, and we bring them in for a display.
Rightio. The parade, mate, the Lassiter's, the Yiperinya Street Parade, it is departing from Lassiter's, so that's where Lassiter's came into the conversation
First
very
time
briefly.
we've done it this way. Yep.
Okay, so how does this now work?
Well, the elite cars will be in the shed, so they will come out and the sponsors and those cars will form up to be the beginning of the parade, and then the methanol cars, and then the rest of the show and shine cars. So we form up in the car park, and then down. I don't know the name of this road, but it's the one that runs down beside the casino.
Yeah, that's
not Barrett Drive, but no, the other one down the other side there because we can't block Barrett Drive.
Oh,
there.
I see what you mean. Yeah, so that's the road that takes you into Mount Johns.
Yes, yeah. So then we form up there, and then we'll head out. And obviously, I don't have to tell people, but just come and have a look at the cars first. They'll all be formed up there, or actually just pick your spot on the route, and it'll be. I just love it. Of all the things we do, of all the events we do around the country, it's probably my favourite thing is doing the cruise in Alice and just see all the kids and people just absolutely loving it.
So basically we'll be going across, running adjacent to the casino, going across the Causeway Bridge, getting briefly onto South Terrace, chucking a left there, winding your way through the speed-restricted area there, and then heading left at the Tom Brown roundabout and through the Gap, and then coming back around past Blatherskite Park over the railway lines into town. How's it going to go? Which direction are we taking?
I believe that is correct. Not knowing the name of all those roads and roundabouts you just mentioned, but I believe that is correct. But you can jump on the CentreNATS website and it actually shows the whole route. Yep. Yeah,
excellent. It's going to be an absolutely awesome day. By the way, what time does the parade again start on 5 o'clock?
Saturday, 5 p.m.
So people will start to need to get their camp chairs out and parking locations sorted out from around about. Yeah, probably not a bad one over there.
And they'll all be, like I said, they'll all be formed up probably from about 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock. So if people want to come and have a look at a lot of those cars, they can see them all when they're formed up. But most of them, like you say, they want to get on the route with their camp chairs and set up all ready to go. It's really cool.
Is there anything you can shed light on as far as, shall we say, I don't know, any reveals for this year when it comes to specialised vehicles coming to the Red CentreNATS?
Oh, I've got a couple of. Well, look, one again. I love this event because there's so much variety. But I got two pretty special vehicles. I got a vehicle that just was what we call in the Super 6 at Motorex, which is the top car show in Australia, the premier car show, and it's an awesome vehicle, and that'll be set up as a full show display in the foyer at Lassiter's. But I've also got another really, really interesting couple from Mount Isa, and Lee Povey's been there for quite a few years, and he pretty much wins all the drags and with his car, really quick Commodore. But he's just built, or they've just built, him and his wife, a Commodore wagon diesel. And he's been to the States a lot and got a lot of that information from over there. And that car is going to be sensational. They've been showing it for about 6 months, and now they're ready to run it down the drag strip. So that will be sensational, yeah.
So also this year, as far as the show and shine is concerned, and garage princesses and stuff like that, anything in that neck of the woods that is particularly outstanding or at least noteworthy or mentionable?
Oh, yeah, well, again, like I said, those two vehicles will both be on display in that area. And then I'll tell you who else I've finally got a few locals there. Peter Honda from Custom Automotive
Fabrication. He's our president also of the Aces and Eights.
Yes, Aces and Eights. He's been working on a couple of really nice cars. And Tim from Centurion Motors, I've actually got his Cobra at the moment on display out at the airport. Yes. And I've got him bringing a couple of his cars, and he's a major sponsor. He's really, really stepped up this year, so it's really thankful to Tim.
Yeah, and Tim's a very big supporter of our radio stations over here, as have you guys been as well. And Owen, it's been an absolute gem to have a chat with you today. Thank you so much for making yourself available in the lead up to Red CentreNATS. Still time to get yourself on board, even at last-minute entries, is that right?
That's correct, and we're used to all that out there, so we're all ready to go, waiting for you guys to jump on board.
Can we get signed up on the day?
No, because we got to have all the things in, all the insurances and everything.
It's just a question that's got to be asked, because some people might just turn up and go, I'm here, I didn't get to go online, I've been out bush, sorry, can't help you.
We'll get a few of them, I'm sure.
What's cut-off day, by the way, while we're on the topic, just briefly?
Oh, why do you ask me questions I can't answer? I reckon it would be...
Well, you're pretty quick at answering the other one.
I reckon it'll be about Friday, because that'll give us time.
I got to know, like it was just straight out of the back pocket, now you're digging deep in the front with deep pockets and short fingers when it comes to the second one.
But how about I'll be in town next week. I'll come and see you on Monday or Tuesday, and then we'll have I'll confirm that for you.
Yeah,
all right?
Hey, listen, we got to keep them interested somehow. It's called dangling the carrot. You know what I mean? We've got a little bit more to unpack. Let's leave some Easter eggs out there. But Owen Webb, you have been fantastic once again. Owen Webb, the head judge for Red CentreNATS, the kind of calibre of character that we're going to be loving to have again here this year and every year, as he has been from day dot. And we'll be back in the studio with me here in Brekkie on the Beach as we kick off 12th in a row. Red CentreNATS, it's just on the go. Only 8 more years and we'll be at 20. Would you believe it? I just don't get my head around it. Hey, if we can live that long anyway.
We're just doing 39 Summer Nats next year. How about that, eh?
We're catching up. We will never get there, but nevertheless, hey, they all want to be here, and so they should be too. Where else do you get to drive your rig? Where else do you get to drive your rig on a road where the coppers allow you to? That is what is the secret sauce of Red CentreNATS.
You got it.
We started it. Thanks, mate. It's been great chatting to you, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Good on you. See you, mate.